Gaming Gladiators, and Gaming Gladiators are the one game lead here at the moment. John, what do you think, man? How do you think that this game's gonna match up for these two teams?
I'd say it's a lot more even. I don't think your runaway potential for Gaming Gladiators is as snowbally as it was in Game 1. Right? Like, your objective clearing isn't as quick with these heroes in comparison to, say, having that Terrorblade around last time for Dota2. So he's not going to be able to take objectives as quickly when you do join up and, say, win these early fights. I think the big question mark on my mind is how Gaming hold down Sumail, because it does feel like they're going to have to rely on Ace and on Quinn to kind of combine together really well. Like, get a good pit into a good, well-timed roll, keep him in the pit, chain stun as much as you can. Because if you miss out on one of those spells, Sumail just gets away for free, and he'll rip your backline apart. Like, these two supports are so susceptible to that Void Spirit jumping in. So it's really all about the mid. I think that's the deciding factor in this game, because I think the side lanes are, again, rather even on both sides. There's some play for each one to do, but Sumail and Quinn really dictates this.
Oh, finally. I had to restart Dota, but my game is not bugged anymore! Yay, I can see things. All right. Oh, man, that was rough. I was like, please not 2 games in a row. All right, we're good. We're going to go ahead and just kind of walk right into the lanes here. At bottom lane, they do have this nice ward up on the pillar here. They did see the hard camp get blocked, so Tofu probably going to address that relatively quick. But mid lane, like you were saying, a lot of emphasis going to come into this, so it's going to be that Void Spirit versus the Pango. The fact that both of these heroes are universal now is just so funny, because you just buy stats, like a lot of stats. Pango just goes circlet for 4 branches. We just see 4 branches on the Void, or 5 branches and some tangos on the Void Spirit early. And both these heroes just gonna rush to the bottle.
Yeah, just poking and prodding. Again, I feel a little bit better for Sumail in this matchup. I think it's a lot more playable. It's not like you can just get a nice build-up on Quinn to counteract what the Void Spirit does. At the same time, a Pango is hard to shove in. I don't think you're going to be looking for too many Aether Remnant opportunities, although he does interrupt a swash from Quinn, so already a good investment early on with just catching out with Remnant here. Rune control is going to be the big thing that also dictates this lane. I don't expect the supports this time to collapse onto mid that often, but if they can deny a water rune or 2 away from either mid, that's where things can start to open up a little bit more for either side in that matchup.
I'm really curious. I want to like keep my eyes on top lane here a little bit, but I feel like we're gonna have Garaccio hitting level 2 and trying to get. I mean, maybe you can't even bother playing active into the Brewmaster. You do have like the double slow scatter blast as well as thunderclap, so it's not super easy. It's gonna be Celery, I think, that has to be the most careful. You do absolutely have kill threat with just Cinder Brew and a Blood Grenade. Like, that's one of the things that made Brewmaster actually a lot stronger in the lanes. I think that people forgot about is the fact that Cinder Brew just triggers off any magic damage. When you get like that level 2 Cinder Brew, you throw a Blood Grenade on a support and they just die basically. Like, any extra help and they just get ran down. So
yeah,
it's very strong.
I like that they shift Pichu up top, right? Because we talked about this Io Brewmaster lane not doing much. Io Snap is still aggressive, and Io Ursa is still stable enough that you can actually just rely on the Ursa using some early overcharge for run down anyway.
Yeah.
So you get more aggressive lanes coming out here for Aster to play with. You're not really slowing either side down too badly just yet. You are seeing a little bit more coming out from Quinn down mid, which is a little bit surprising, but Sumail is opting for the higher Aether Remnant to keep trying to interrupt Quinn when he does charge in. So he has a little bit less durability to trade with lower levels in that Resin Pulse. Not too bad just yet.
Yeah, bottom lane, they are going to try and just chase Tofu here with a nice body blocks out from Ace. Won't allow him to continue that one. And, you know, eventually Tofu is just going to get boots, and then you just don't have the ability to ever chase the bottle again. So there's always that. It's always quite fun. Top lane, Garaccio, he's already used the rage. He's taking a lot of damage. The Blood Grenade does come out as well. It looks like he'll make it back to the tower, but taking a lot of damage there from the Snapfire.
They've got some tangos and a salve up here on Celery. They should be able to just keep themselves in that lane, but that aggression potential from the side of Aster up top is the one concerning bit, because you're not getting that same aggression down bot. You have to deal with the IO regen Boboka's providing onto Monet. Even if Monet won't find the kills, he's not going to leave that lane. Even with all the Firestorm spam coming out with that Chakra, and Monet's more than comfy to just sit here and farm as well.
Yeah, man. Tofu just 2 points in the Chakra Magic, just having a very chill time in this lane, just allowing Ace to just freely spam this Firestorm, but it also allows him to go for phase boots as opposed to going for, you know, an early mana boots on the Underlord. So he has plenty of armor to tank up against the Ursa here in this early parts of the lane. Like, obviously you can stack up the Spear Swipes, but at the same time, that little bit of armor early will go a long way.
Yeah, it goes the distance. Feels a lot better to kind of deal with Monet trying to run up. And they are still trying to play aggressive. I do like what Aster's trying to do. They're trying to maximize this Io-Ursa combination. But, again, they're just not able to find any openings. And overall, despite, you know, getting some aggression out for Aster, you are a little bit more efficient here on game. And not by too much. You're not lagging behind in a major way. Maybe the mid matchups, the one that is a little bit more lopsided. Again, Quinn just getting a lot more done on the Pango. Consistently getting the hits off. If Sumail can't interrupt and get some hits with the Aether Remnant, then the Pango does get to run away with a little bit of an advantage there.
Yeah, he's going to walk back to base, get his bottle refill so that he can play for the 6-minute power rune. Now, we're probably going to see some support start to rotating for that as well. I would guess it'll be the Coddle as well as the Snapfire, but Snapfire is only level 2, so you don't actually have a lot of damage you can throw in at this power rune fight, but we'll see. Quinn nearly level 6. He should hit it before the rune spawns.
And that first power rune dictates a lot, right? Like,
yeah,
that's something we've seen Aster be really good at controlling. But with her supports, like last game it didn't feel good. This game, Pichu is making his way down, but at level 2, can't overly commit. Kind of try to make that play. And you do have the 6 ready on Quinn.
Yeah.
If they get a good tie-in with a lift here, it could just lead into a kill.
The rune is going to be bottom, and yeah, nicely done from Sumail. He will... Oh, he denies the rune! Tofu grabs it, and Sumail still not level 6. The Rolling Thunder out from Quinn. He's going to try and just play around this, hoping he can get bonked to the low ground, but it's going to be enough from there. Quinn gets the first blood on the Pango this time around, and man, it's just one of those things where mid lane comes down to just so little, like, details, right? Like, barely getting the level 6 before. He forces him back to base. He was trying to play around that bottle refill and maybe, like, win the regen advantage, but getting the deny on that illusion rune actually just so huge.
Yeah, I mean, if Sumail managed to get that illusion, he could have had some dodge potential, stall out, and try to get additional spell use out and get himself in a better position, but now he's just going to be playing from behind a little bit. Quinn doesn't have mana to play in this lane, so it's a little bit riskier. Sumail can get sort of aggressive in here as he hits his 6.
Yeah, and aggressive indeed is Quinn with the swatch away. The telekinesis. Sumail's out of resources under the tower. He bumps the stick, trying to get away, has some bottle charges as well to play with, and he's going to be lucky enough to also find a bounty rune, so he will survive. It's a little bit of a refill there as well. Nicely done.
Yeah, forces out the rotation from Celery and forces Quinn to walk all the way home, but he did need a reset. I don't think you mind too much in a Pango, dodging out like that.
Boboka stealing the Wisdom rune. That's big.
Yeah, they need that. Like, they've been a little bit behind the supports. I think ideally, Pichu actually would have liked a Wisdom rune of his own, but doesn't manage to really be in that position for where he can play with Boboka.
Well, he got the top one, luckily.
Alright, that's enough. Still a bit behind the EXP on the snap, level 6 timing. It feels really important to get those kisses out, just to tie in some of your teamfight control. But you're still a ways off from that. At the least now, you know, you're able to move Boboka down to mid to play around more with Sumail, give him some top-ups, help him sustain that lane. Monet's solo, though.
Monet is alone. Quinn, he's got the Rolling Thunder, looking to just chase the Ursa here underneath the tower, and he's got plenty of barriers to play off of. That'll be an easy pick off there for the Pango once again as he grabs himself his 2nd kill. Meanwhile, top lane, Dyrachyo, he's level 6 here on this Lifestealer, 3 points in the Ghoul Frenzy. He's just going to chase down the Snapfire, still holding the Rage, and Celery I don't think you really have kill threat on this guy. He can infest him. Exactly. Just like that. And without level 6 on the Brewmaster, can't chase him down. So they just grab themselves another kill in the top lane and back away.
A nice 0-3 start for Gaimin off the back of these movements out. And you know, we expected Aster to maybe get a little bit more out of these lanes, but they haven't been able to connect. Like, down bot, I mean, it's to be expected. You're up against the Underlord. It's a little bit more passive. You can't just run in with Monet, use that overcharge attack speed to really look for a kill. Although they were poking and prodding. And for Aster, the launching point is, again, it's going to be Sumail in this Void Spirit. He has to find some openings.
Managed to steal a hard stack there away from the side of Aster. Yeah, I mean, Quinn's huge right now. Level 8 in this mid lane, Pango, and of course, playing with the Keeper of the Light, who can constantly give him the double swash, is very scary. So, Sumail loses all of his Resonant Pulse shield pretty much immediately as Celery and Tofu just playing around this mid lane once again. I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? You have an Underlord who's just happy farming. He's top of the net worth at the moment, and there's absolutely no one in the game who can force out this Lifestealer, right?
Yeah, you don't have the solutions on hand. And the solutions are basically Sumail, trying to get the jump, trying to get that control. Gladiator, get the burst damage on. Pichu.
Oh, Snapfire. Dude, such good control there, but in comes Sumail doing quite a bit of damage. Tofu will be fine. Bobica now on the run as they get the first earn charges here for Tofu. Gets this tether away, but Solar Bind slowed him for a little bit. Quinn is not done, man. He really wants this kill. Oh, very close. Nice dodge out. Again, a lot of pressure, though, just being applied. And Quinn's got a regen rune backpack at the moment, so he's not really worried at all.
No, you can just keep going. You can keep making these plays. They've got good vision down bot. They haven't taken care of this ward on the cliff. That has been scouting where Monet's at. So they're just going to be able to run up once more on the side of Gaimin. He does back off into the jungle, though. Just playing it safe for Monet, but there's no play right now for Aster. Again, your support levels aren't up there. You can't threaten with Relocate. Baboka's not 6. Pichu's not 6. You don't have the kisses to try and burst someone down. Do at least have the split ready on XXS, but with 2 levels in the Rage, it's so hard to pin down Deracho.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're going to definitely try for the moment, but he's got an Armlet. He's got an Infest at any time. He really just doesn't care. He could stand his ground. 4 points Ghoul Frenzy, and there's going to be the Infest into the Catapult. Good old Cardi. He's just... You know, this is the content I want to see. Cart versus Brewmaster. You want bottom lane. Quinn with the Rolling Thunder looking to chase down Monet here again. He does have the Enrage. Just gets his ankles broken, though, thanks to the bonus movement speed there from Bobica. And there's going to be the split. Quinn trying to jump his way back through the trees here. They do drop the Pit of Malice. Ooh, what? What?
Okay. Oh, okay. Probably just a lot of lag. A lot of lag.
Yeah, I think it has to be lag. Like, everyone's just, spamming pause. Otherwise, I don't know. 7-second lag spike? Oh my.
Yeah, that happens.
Everyone's just spamming F9, like, someone pause, like, they all go through. Oh my goodness. All right. Quinn cycloned up at the moment. Let him live. Question mark.
Celery.
You know,
no.
He's asking. He's trying to be nice about it, but yeah, Quinn definitely dead. Surrounded by all 5 heroes here of Aster. Pretty unfortunate lag spike, I'll be honest, but it is just the way Dota goes sometimes.
It's a beta game, you know. Sometimes things just break. You know, Source 2 is getting updated. I don't know if we're receiving any of those technical updates in our game. You know, there's some back-end stuff, I'm sure, that's changing around, so... gotta be patient. They do find her first kill on Aster. It's a pretty big one to find. It does take a lot of movement down bot, but you're more than happy to get that done. Still, free space for Deracho to clear up top. This Lifestealer is getting out of control. The Radiance buildup not going to be too far off, and it does feel good in this game into the Ursa. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing this Radiance and Halberd build that we saw before come out in this game, just because Ursa's a pretty good hero to try to counter around with that. Does not enjoy going into all of these mischances and not getting the shots in till Lando's Fury swipes up. For Aster, it's all in on Monet right now. And he's going for that Battle Fury. He's trying to farm up, trying to be that big, scary core. Your early launching point in Sumail, it's not shut down, but it's also not really online at 3.8k gold. Still more than willing to try to take these fights, though, but the confidence of gaming. Just invading that jungle area down bot, playing as a unit, they're playing into vision, and they don't even care. You don't have the angles for Aster, not just yet.
Yeah, I think you're going to be in a pretty rough spot here on Aster in the next, like, 5 to 10 minutes, just because you're going to see that Radiance come out, but Underlord is also super farmed. I mean, he's got the Vanguard, the pipe is nearly done as well. He could disassemble into the pipe if he wanted, but we'll see. I think for the moment, he's just going to hold on to it. Mid lane, a little bit of pressure coming out from Quinn. He's got that defusal about to be delivered. That's going to be a massive power spike for this hero. They do have level 6 at least on the Snapfire, so we could see him get a little bit aggressive. Quinn trying to go for the rune, but Sumail manages to bottle up. The Rolling Thunder does come through as he wants to chase this. Gets the cookie out, he'll be fine, and Quinn forced to back up. And with the Rolling Thunder being spent, Quinn probably not going to try and push this mid tower anymore.
Not too hard, but again, with a fresh defusal.
They got Ace, never mind.
Yeah, they've got Ace around as well. He did go for the disassembly for the pipe as well, Ricky. So on point there. They've got the aura sustained to deal with some of the magical output here. The kiss is not going to feel as strong, which is kind of painful for Aster. We've been harping on about these support 6s. Finally get it, but it's right into the pipe timing for Ace.
Dude, Bobica stole the Wisdom Rune again. He just reloads the opposite side of the map. He's like, mine? Dude, that's actually so sick. Really well played.
These resources on the map, man, they count for so much. Like I've harped on about support EXP. If you don't have Wisdom Rune control, you know, your supports tend to starve a little bit.
Oh,
it's not too bad yet off the back of that.
He tried. He tried. He took the one on the Radiant and then went top. It looks like Dyrachyo beat him there.
The idea is right.
Yeah,
the idea is right.
Yeah.
This is what you want to see. You know, utilizing those early objectives. Collapsing onto mid here.
It indeed. Quinn takes so much damage right out of the gate. That minus armor doing some work. Does get the astral step away, but he's used his last one. And they do find him. He just swashes right over him in the trees. Sumail goes down as the kill. Goes the way of Celery's Rubik.
This start for Gaiman, it's 1-5. It's not as dominant in the kills, but what they've gotten off the back for these kills, this space 9k lead, 16 minutes in, going for more.
Top lane, get the enrage out right away from Monet as they will just catch the blinding light, send him back. He's trying to chase down Tofu, but he's disarmed by the Bango, slowed up again. Slows. And Monet will go down as Ace is looking for Bobica here. Did drop the Fiend's Gate. Won't be able to find him. Snapfire comes top through the portal, and it's just out. Does not want to be here at all.
Can't fault them. It's not a very fun position to be at. Celery just going to be able to clear out the wards. Does manage to at least find something for his trouble. But again, 1-6, 11k lead for Gaiman off the back of this. No one on the side of Aster outside of Monet able to really farm up. Sumail's trying to go for a recovery Midas. That's the state of game. He knows there's no way he's going to find these early kills, so might as well sit back, try to gain some EXP back, get some gold build up into these items.
I don't know if they can get Dyrachyo here, but they're going to try. Like, Monet's got a lot of stacks up, and there's the infest into the Rubik. But the Mortimer Kisses are there. The chase continues. He's got so much bonus movement speed with those drums, but he gets cookied out, and Dyrachyo's like, see ya! Thanks for the save there. You know, tip your supports for that one, for sure. That's a nice play there by the Rubik, getting him out of danger.
Man, that was nutty, just having that stolen Astral Step. And they're still kind of ready to go if they wanted to. They're poking and prodding. They're not going to force the issue too hard on Gaiman. A nice pick-off for Aster. Not the biggest, but any kill counts when you're this far behind. And look at Sumail. He's going for the Dagon. They just want some burst plays. Just clear out the back line. Try to kite around the Lifestealer. And simplify these fights going forward. I like the concept. They do have the output to kind of take care of that Rubik, of that Kotl. It's the recovery way, right? Yeah, I mean, it's... Okay, no, he's going back for the... he's going for the Deso. Yeah, it scales better. I would have loved the Dagon. Just because, you know, if you can't farm creeps, you farm the heroes. They're worth a lot, but yeah, this is the safer play.
You can also farm creeps
sure.
to the right. One-shots creeps. That's pretty good. Oh,
That's
bottom
true.
lane. Telekinesis finds Monet. They're trying to hold him back here for Ace to get close enough. They pop the drubs. These guys are zooming after him. The cookie on forward. Dyrachyo trying to get his hands onto anything. Celery stole the tether. What?
Yeah.
All right, that's going to be scary to deal with. These guys are not going to be able to get away
Oh my
from
God,
this Lifestealer stuff. Brewmaster? Oh my goodness. Well, they see the reload spot. They know this IO's coming back here in a matter of seconds. They're chasing after the Snapfire as well. Let's see if they can dodge him out into the trees. He's going to go for the TP. The telekinesis there to break it, and Bobaka is going to fall. Both supports gone. Dude, that swashbuckle damage from Quinn absolutely destroyed that Brewmaster.
Just melted. The Brewlings just don't have enough HP. 1,400, I mean, 1,000 plus on each, it's just not enough. Just getting crushed, and it's about to get worse once you have that Ags up on Quinn. And Gaimin, they're playing this game too so clean. Like we said, it was a better draft for Aster. It's not coming out that way. It does feel like they're still not able to utilize the IO as well as they'd like to. They're not ready to really make these plays across the map. And Sumail's not ready to run anyone down. He'll try though.
Oh, he forced the creep! Okay, this is pretty funny. Top lane, they're going after Dyrachyo's life. So a nice remnant out there. He's got the rage still to disengage, but he's got a radiance. Like Dyrachyo is very tanky now as a result of this, and he's getting backup from the Freds. His Celery's got the tether, dude. He's 488 move speed, dude. You can't get away from this guy. Now they've managed to catch Monet, and Rage gets forced right away. He drops the Remnant, but Monet's on the run, and Quinn with the Rolling Thunder here to join the fight. He managed to get on top. The Ursa lock him down long enough here for Dyrachyo to finish him off, and now XXS in some trouble as well. The Swashbuckle will take down Bo because Ace just needs one more auto attack. They are crumbling on Aster as they found Sumail up on the high ground as well. Astral steps into the base, but are they gonna stop? Absolutely not.
No way.
Gaimin Gladiators diving tier 4s at the 20-minute mark to wipe Aster off the map.
That is just insanity. This stolen freaking tether from Celery. It's
Dude, he's got
so
the
much
as well, dude. He's so fast.
He's just walking his dog. The Lifestealer. Hey, go chase them, doggy. You know, I mean, normally you wouldn't even have them on leash, but you know the leash makes him faster. And Dyrachyo's not done.
Lifestealer is relatively dog-like. I'll give you that one. I mean, yeah, Monet can't fight into this. He's got mischance. He doesn't have enrage. Like, he's just dead. Beat down by the Lifestealer once again. And I think Aster starting to realize this game quickly falling apart there is bottom. They will lose the Snapfire as well. Complete domination on the map. Bobaka's like, I gotta get this wisdom root, guys. I gotta get it. Maybe try to burst down the Rubik. Celery gets infested instead. He comes right back out of Dyrachyo. Celery will finally die. They remove the tether finally, but it's gonna cost you another kill there as Dyrachyo seemingly unkillable at this point.
He's gonna try to solo the damn thing?
No, you can't do that.
He tried. He tried for a moment. I want this.
Yeah, Feast does literally 0 lifesteal since it has 1 HP and you're not doing any damage.
Yeah.
So.
I appreciate the experimentation there from Dyrachyo, his enthusiasm for these objectives. Still,
he's got help now.
Yeah, they've got help. They can clear it now. For Aster, I mean, it's such a difficult game. And again, maybe it just goes back to these forced IO picks. Like, they have to first phase an IO up against Gaimin because Gaimin still utilizes this here with her combinations well. And they come out with a better idea here with, you know, this IO Ursa, which on paper feels like it should be able to do much more than, say, IO Monkey or your combinations in the last game. Still not quite there. You need more farm. The Lifestealer Radiance Rush, a really good solution to that anyway. And Sumail, again, he doesn't manage to stomp mid the way that we've seen him up against a team like 9 Pandas. Quinn just ready for it. He knows his matchups really well. And without that lead for Sumail, I mean, he can't snowball for the team. Again, Recovery Might is still on hand. Desolator about to be built up. Gaimin, though, on the hunt.
They know this Roche attempt is definitely on the books here.
Oh, boy.
He just hits the pit. Oh, no. Ursa rocks right into the side of Gaimin Gladiators. They're rotating on over. There's going to be the reload out, but Dyrachyo, he's so scary. He's like, whatever, I can take Roshan. Dude, look at the stat bar.
Pichu?
He's
Pichu
just
wants to
hiding
steal?
behind the wall. Oh, no.
Is he gonna try to cookie steal?
Well, he stole the
Okay,
tether
he backs
again,
up.
dude. Dog mode
No.
initiated.
No. Yeah, walk your dog.
Dude,
It goes faster with
my
leech. You whip your dog.
gosh.
This is, I mean, even without the IO, Gaiman still has the better IO
They still
combo.
have the IO.
Yeah, and they don't even have overcharge. So
don't need it.
even without the overcharge, they don't need it. They just need to go faster.
He's got a
Let the
telekinesis,
doggy
man.
go free. Yeah, that's
He's
it.
got boots of bearing and telekinesis. You're never, dude, you actually can't get away from these guys. They are so
506
fast.
move speed lifestealer. This is incredibly ridiculous right now. Aster, I mean, Sumail finishes up the Deso. Maybe now you can look for those pickoffs. You know, look for the back line. Still really, well, I say really squishy. I mean, you've got the mech, you've got some durability on hand on both these supports with some additional HP. But you can't try to get that burst plate done. Is it enough? Quite frankly, it doesn't feel like it is here, Ricky. Just because a 21k deficit across every core. Look at how even the farm is as well with that 21k deficit on game inside. Like, all their courts are within 1k of each other.
They're so
It's
far.
so evenly farmed. They're all so far ahead and very equally ahead as well. That is oppressive to play into.
Yeah, it really is just... There's not like a clear hero that you can even start a fight on, right? Like, Quinn is so tanky on this Pango. He also just happens to bottle up a shield rune, so good luck dealing with that. And then, of course, Underlord, Halberd, Crimson Guard, Pipe. Like, there's no actual opportunity to bring down one of these cores. Like, the Brewmaster feels incredibly underwhelming at this point outside of just being the Pipe and the Vessel. It's really going to come down to Sumail, like, finding Tofu with this Deso that he has. Like, he could definitely burst one of these supports. Like, he does a lot of damage with the Deso Orb of Destruction. But if they drop a Pit of Malice on him, he could just die, like, instantly. So it's going to be difficult. We'll see what they can do as they just start to push this bottom lane here. We're looking for their opening. They get the bash there on the Brewmaster stuck inside the Pit of Malice. They have a siege creep, you know. Lifestealer just standing on the front line, like, "What's up, dude? You guys want to get in? You guys want to fight? Like, how are we doing?" Oh, the bash! He finds the point.
Sumail.
Oh my
Don't bite that.
goodness! The swash bash just destroys him, and it just keeps happening over and over. Quinn on this Pango is an absolute master as they force two back into the base. XXS here on this Brewmaster does get the split off, but it's nothing out of it. They tried to use the Mortimer Kisses from the backside to do something here, but Pichu now gets scouted, and it's just going to be an easy pick-off there for Quinn. He is level 16. He's doing an absurd amount of damage, and the GG comes out. A very convincing 2-0 from Gaming Gladiators. These guys look as strong as ever.
Yeah, it's down to a lot of factors. It's down to the fact that Aster feels the need to go into this IO up against his team, which, again, I can't fault them for, as Gaiman have still been utilizing that IO in his